Here's how to get the best armor and weapons with all the attachment locations and blueprint upgrades early on in Stalker 2, and you can do this right after you finish the main quest in the Lesser Zone. Here's some of the stuff we're going to be grabbing in this video. The Decider. It's the most cost-effective gun when it comes to damage per second with high penetration. I'll also show you where to get all of the attachments for it too. We're also going to grab the Bear Anomaly Detector, which is a massive upgrade over the standard one that clearly shows you how close you are to the artifact you're trying to find, instead of just having more intense flashing. And the SPSA-14 shotgun, which has the joint highest damage per second in the game, good penetration, and is also very cheap to repair compared to the other fast-firing shotguns. But first we'll be grabbing the best early game armor set in the game. And do pay close attention because some of these items are missable, so here's a guide on how to get everything step by step. You'll start Stalker 2 in the Lesser Zone, and after finishing the main quest here, you'll then be free to go anywhere on the map and grab all of the best early game gear in this video. So just head north across the bridge from the Lesser Zone into the Garbage Zone, and then just head down this path to the Cement Factory Zone straight away. It's here on the map you'll find the Cage location, and this is where we're going to find the Seva-D suit, arguably the best early game armor set. Since it takes up your head and body slot, it gives you the same physical protection on both. It's also much cheaper to repair one suit compared to a separate helmet and body armor. I'll also be showing you where to get all the blueprint upgrades for it at the end of the video as well. So you can get 4 bars of physical protection, 5% stamina boost, 10% lighter carry weight on everything you're carrying, and the lead container to stop artifact radiation. Over here at the south of the cement factory at the Cage location. The construction site is extremely hard to miss. It's a giant concrete structure that stands out from everything else in this very flat landscape. Now, to actually start climbing, you just go to the staircase in the middle, but there is an anomaly in this area that basically kind of makes the screen blurry, so you see double vision, which obviously makes it much harder to climb up. But just be careful, don't fall off the edge, and it is a pretty easy effect to deal with. Eventually you'll get to the scaffolding, and this is where you want to be careful. Just hop on these boxes here. Carry on going across these little narrow concrete beams, and eventually you'll reach this little area here where you basically have to like jump at an angle like this to get to the other side. Go across these wooden planks, and then you can just continue going up. And once you reach the top of this flight of concrete stairs, you'll see there's kind of like a wooden bit just here where you can run and jump, and it connects onto that wooden bit on the other side. So you've got to jump across here. It's quite a long jump. Here we go. There we go. And then we can crouch underneath this section, go up the next concrete stairs. It actually helps if you're looking at the ground where the edge of the wooden plank is, so you know the maximum jump you can basically make. Once you reach the top, you will stop getting the anomaly and you'll have a beautiful view. But from this strange structure and the radio just here, if you turn around and run over to this corner, you will find the Seva-D suit sitting right here. So go ahead and pick that up. But there is a stash right here for some armor piercing rounds here. Also, there's a really cool way down off this building if you just jump right into the center onto this anomaly here. Just be careful that you don't bounce too high in the air and die from fall damage. Just to the southeast of the Cage's location right here, there's a little building which has a locked door that you can open from the windows here at the back. You can just target it through the window, and then you'll be able to run all the way back around into this house, where you'll finally be able to open the door. Like so. You find some RPGs just on the shelf here to loot. They're pretty damn rare, and also a Stalker stash. So now we're done at the Cage, we need to go north over here to the Concrete Forest location. There's a bunch of secret loot here, including one of the best early shotguns and assault rifles you can get early on in the game. Just for reference, you can see it's in the center of the cement factory. Right here, you're going to find the Concrete Forest, surrounded by this swampland. And we're starting just here on the map and heading towards this main building. The first thing we want to grab is actually a very good early game shotgun from this giant tower just here before we actually start this next quest. Now, when you come here, you will have a phantom trying to throw objects at you to hurt you as you climb up these stairs here. But just go ahead and ignore it. Start climbing up the staircase. When you reach this glass here, you can hold down the X button to slowly walk through it so you don't start bleeding or take any damage. And then you can just kind of continue right to the top. Now, there's not actually any objects for the Phantom to throw at you on the stairs, so you will be safe here. But when you come into this room, you can find some healing grenades. And look, it's trying to throw this box at me, so I'm just going to destroy it. And then if we actually look down here, you'll see there's a hole in the floor, which we can smash. Then we can drop into this anomaly, so we take no full damage. And the Phantom is hiding right behind here. So just go ahead and take him down while avoiding being shot at. It's kind of like this misty bit of spectral ghost you can see. So there you go, we just killed him. He only becomes visible once you kill him though. And right down here we're also going to find Punchok, who is a dead stalker, and if we loot his body, he's actually got a key which opens a nearby door. So let's go ahead and take that. And now obviously to get out we can just smash these windows, and then we can drop down onto this sandy bit right below us, like so. And then we're going to run all the way down here, follow this rusty metal bit, and there's an anomaly here, so make sure you disarm it. And then in this window right ahead, you're going to find 2 lots of shotgun ammo, and we can climb up the stairs. And right here, if we open this door using the key we found, inside we're going to find, and do take care when you open the door because there will be a grenade right here that will go off if you're not careful. And then when you come into this room, there is a safe just over here which you can loot, a bunch of buckshot ammo, and most importantly the SPSA-14 shotgun, and also some special rounds there. Now this is a 100% durability shotgun that is fully repaired. But why is the SPSA-14 shotgun so good early on? Well, it's for 3 reasons. Firstly, it has the joint highest damage per second in the game, and it has 8 rounds, which is enough to kill most mutants in the game without reloading. It's 140 damage a shot, which is 1120 damage in total. The only enemies in the game you can't kill without reloading are the Chimera and the Pseudo Giant. It also has 48% penetration, so it works on armored enemies as well. It does everything you need. The only drawback is the slow reloading speed. But if it's dead, you don't need to reload. It is also 3 times cheaper to repair than the best shotguns in the game. Just make sure that you don't bother upgrading it at all, beyond reducing the wear and tear. Otherwise, it will only get more expensive to repair with the more upgrades you add to it that you really don't need. So now we've got that, we can hop over this ledge here, and then we can climb up this ladder. So once you get to the top of the ladder, come all the way to the end of this, and you can actually see there's a stalker symbol right at the top there on that concrete bunker, and that's the one we need to get on top of. So what we need to do is climb on this broken pipe. You need to walk up here, and you need to turn around and jump onto the top here, like so. I'm literally dying to the glass and other things here. And we're going to cross over onto the pipe, and now we can finally access this stash at the top. Grab all of this loot, and then we can just jump over it to get, oh, great. But next we're going to be grabbing a unique 40221 and the bear detector as well. And I'll show you where to get the best attachments for the weapon in a moment. So after we've grabbed that loot stash, we now need to come over here to do this side quest, which was how we're going to get this unique assault rifle. And it is possible to miss it depending on how you complete it, so make sure you do this properly. And this is the building we're going to find the side quest just over here. You can see the dude we need to speak to. So let's go inside and say hello. And when you talk to him, he'll explain that he's in debt and he's lost his gun in the underground base below you. He asks you to retrieve it for him and says you're welcome to loot his stash, but it's actually not his stash. There's some very hard mutants down there that he specifically doesn't mention. But don't worry, just follow where I go and you can get all of his gear. So this is the staircase right next to him. We need to go inside. And we can just slide down to the bottom here. And then we're going to come through this door. We specifically want to run to the right-hand side once we go through, because there's going to be a bunch of enemies that normally spawn down here, these like rat creatures. If you crouch and shoot them, it's usually pretty easy to kill them all. And there's usually a bunch more behind you. Can hardly see them, but it's pretty easy to take them all out. There's nothing else really at the other end, so we're just going to go where we need to go and grab this healing and loot along the way. And then we're going to continue onwards down this pathway and into this room. Now this is the boss fight room, and you're going to have a bunch of enemies that essentially control guns, which if you're watching this video early on, you won't have come across before. They're very, very difficult to kill. So what I'd recommend is that you just ignore them and run past them and literally just focus on doing the objective. First thing we can do though is just loot this little area in here, because there's actually a safe with some more shotgun ammo and a med kit that we can grab. And then, so before we take the ladder down, this is what our plan is. We're going to run across the room. You see there's a body just there where my red dot sight is. We're going to run over to that body and loot it. He has a PDA on him that unlocks a unique piece of dialogue, so we're going to get that. And then we're going to go into that room over there, and just to the left underneath this wooden cable roll, we're going to find a stash which has the new detector in it. And then we're going to jump across and basically go up that staircase there. We need to get into that room, go up the staircase, and then at the top, right at the back there, we're going to find the Stalker's gun from outside. Now I do have a couple of grenades here, so what I'm going to do is yeet them over there through that door. Should be able to hit him from here. See, he's making some noises. There he is, he's coming out now. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it did come behind me. So you can see they are trying to shield themselves, and you can actually stay up here and just carry on shooting them from a distance there. They will use force powers. They will make you drop your gun if you have it equipped, and you have to pick it up from the floor. So I'd recommend just put your gun away, then they can't do that to you, because you're not planning on actually killing them. So now what we're going to do, now he's out of the way, is do our run. So let's turn on our light, make sure we heal ourselves. Then we're going to jump down, land on here, run across the room like I told you guys. Just go ahead and heal again, loot this guy's body, like so. Go into the next room, heal up again. This is the little wooden thing I was telling you about. That's the duffel bag with the detector in. Grab that, then we can hop over this little fence here, run all the way upstairs, run down this corridor, and the gun should be around here. There it is, it's on the side just here. The decider. So let's go ahead and grab that, and we've done the mission objective. Go ahead and save the game again. Now with this electrical anomaly right in front of you, make sure that you take all of the artifacts out of your inventory, otherwise, or just put them in your bag so they're not equipped. Otherwise that electrical artifact will actually be attracted towards you. Slide. And just on the left, you're going to find the Seva-D upgrade blueprint, which is for the suit we just got. It's in this room here with two safes that really bait you in. So we're going to disarm this trap here. Then we're going to disarm this next one. And basically, if you open this, there's like sort of shotgun that you can pick up there. It's fully repaired. But right here, you'll find the aero protection gas mask. It's worth 18,000 coupons. It has a extremely good physical protection for a gas mask. It also has psi protection and okay radiation protection. Obviously though, you can't actually wear it with this armor set, because this armor set takes up both your body and helmet slot. But if you are looking for a separate helmet that's also going to provide fantastic physical protection, you can actually upgrade this even further with Aramid lining, which boosts it up to 3 physical protection. You can also boost the psi and radiation resistance even further too. Now in this other chest, we have the blueprint for Camel hydration system for the Seva-D suit. And just to show you what that is, if you look, we now have this new upgrade option right here. And if we click on that, you can see it's unlocked the Camel hydration system, which boosts your stamina recovery by 5%. Retrace our footsteps back to the same corridor. And obviously check for the anomaly before you go outside so you don't get hit by it. It's right there, so we can just go ahead and run down the corridor a bit further on. And now we can go right into this next room. And I think there's some loot here. No, there's nothing. And now we want to be careful. But this next corridor has acid in, so we've got to run and jump, then run and jump just to the left here. Then we can open this last door. There we go. And you're going to find even more healing just on the side here. Oh, some buckshot ammo. Okay, great. And then if we just continue down the only other corridor here, we can use this, what the hell was that? This ladder to get up to the open. Much safer than trying to run through those extremely highly powerful enemies again, which will just waste a lot of your ammo, to be honest. If you can avoid them, I would do that. Fantastic. That door is opened by the other side there, and now we can just leave the facility here. And we want to go back to the uninvited quests, side quests, in the concrete forest to finish it off. Now, if you check your inventory after you get back, you're going to make sure that you listen to this PDA you got, which is from Sashko 8-Ball. This is the PDA we picked up off his body underneath the ground there, and it's going to unlock a new note that lets you actually listen to what happened. And it turns out the guy we're helping actually went down there to steal this other stalker's stash so he could pay off his own debt. So this dude isn't actually that great. Which probably makes you feel less guilty for taking his gun. So let's go ahead and talk to him again.
No? Have you found my gun?
We now have a new dialogue option here. We can either say, here, take your gun back, or we can say that we found 8-Ball's dead body.
I found 8-Ball's body. You left him there to die.
Yeah, but I didn't kill him. It was mutants, I swear. I just needed the loot to pay back my debt.
So now we can just say, we're going to keep it.
I'm keeping it and putting it to good use.
You know, he left the other guy down there and abandoned him, so it's what he deserves. And now we have the unique decider, an early version of the 40221. And I will show you where to get the best attachments for the weapon in a moment. But if we take a look at the chart, you'll instantly see that this gun has a very high damage per second and penetration, but is also cheap to repair, which is really useful at the start of the game. And if you want to upgrade your weapons, you can now go to the northwest, just over here to the cement factory base. And in here, you'll be able to find a technician who will actually install the upgrades for you. And from 0% durability, the 40221 will cost you 12,000 coupons to repair fully. You can then also reduce the weapon's wear by a total of 35% with both of these upgrades. You can also reduce its weight as well. But beyond that, I don't even recommend bothering with any other upgrades, because the more upgrades you have early on, the more costly it's going to be to repair. What you should actually do instead, though, is get the best weapon attachments for this gun. So the first attachment we can grab is actually just around the corner from the technician right here at this merchant. You can go ahead and purchase the holographic sight from him. Now, this weapon actually has really good iron sights in my opinion. I quite like them, but the recoil can get a bit difficult to control once you are firing it. So if you compare it to the holographic sight, you can see this is much easier to aim. You can obviously also put it on single fire, which makes it ridiculously accurate. And if you also want to grab the 2x scope for this gun, I will link it in the description below. Now, it's probably going to be much later in the game, but you can get a high capacity magazine for this weapon for free all the way on the bottom right south side of the map in Zaton, just here where I'm currently standing. There's like a dock. When you get here, it'll just be a wooden hut right on the edge of this lake here. You can just come around, go inside the front door here, turn on our flashlight, and it's literally sitting in this bag just here, this stalker stash. Here we have the high capacity 40221 and Kaharod magazine, which takes both ammo types. And that magazine is going to hold 41 bullets, which is 11 more bullets than the base magazine size. It's also actually quite quick to reload. But next, here are the best upgrades for the Seva-D suit and where you can get all of the blueprints for it. The first upgrade is going to boost your physical protection by 20%. You don't need anything to do that. It just costs coupons. Let's go ahead and grab that. The next upgrade is either 25% wear resistance or the much better lightweight materials, which reduces the suit's weight by 1. And if you get that, you can then get the Aramid lining upgrade, which boosts your physical protection by another 20%. But you need to get the blueprint for Aramid lining specifically for the Seva-D suit. So to get that, you need to come over here on the map. If you zoom out, we're at the cement factory right here, but all the way south here on the Wild Island, literally on the north side of the Wild Island, right where my cursor is, go ahead and zoom in. You're going to come across this area during the main quest. You can see it's this main quest here, back to the slag heap. During that main quest, you'll come across to this main island and you'll find a stalker stash right over here called the hidden stuff. There's actually going to be a bunker when you get here with loads of radiation cans, and when you go in here there's going to be a couple of controller mutants that are really hard to take out, but because you have that shotgun I showed you how to get earlier, you just fire a whole clip into them, they're gonna die. Just take care because they will pull your own shotgun away from you and try and use it against you, so just keep picking it up from the floor and just make sure you're always in cover and have some healing. Get them outside of the bunker, fire at them when their shield's down. Come inside this location and grab the stash. That's going to actually have the Aramid lining upgrade for the Seva-D suit and also the tactical silencer. Now the next thing you can upgrade on the Seva-D suit, and it's really important to understand this, you can either have these top two upgrades or these bottom two upgrades. You can't have both of them. So the first option is 5% stamina regeneration and the side protection. The second option is 25% wear resistance and then the back frame, which reduces the suit's weight by 1 and increases your carrying capacity by another 10%. So firstly you have to get the synthetic lining and then you unlock the ability to get the back frame. And that upgrade is so worth it because carry weight is one of the most important things in the game. The next upgrade is just down here and it's going to increase our suit capacity by 1 additional container so you can store another artifact. But this next upgrade, the lead container, is going to stop those artifacts giving you any radiation. Now the next upgrade is on your shoulder. You can either go for chemical resistance or electrical protection. The final upgrades are the same and it's just more radiation resistance. Personally, I don't think these extra upgrades are worth it because it also increases the cost to repair the suit, so I just ignore them completely. But next, if you want to get the best submachine gun in the game, take care because it's actually completely missable. You can miss it very early on. In this next video, I go over how to get that weapon. It's called Saha's Mate, and it has the highest damage per second with a very cheap repair cost. I'll also show you where to get all of the attachments for it in that video, including a silencer, sight, barrel magazine, and more. And thank you so much to the Stalker 2 community on Reddit who crunched all these numbers and created this table, so we can compare all of the weapons.